Hi guys, it's Trekyards time, and he's Commander Foley.
I'm Captain Foley.
Captain Commander. He's Commander
Stuart, let me
Cockings,
help.
That guy.
Hey everyone, welcome to Trekyards. Looking at costumes today with Captain Stuart Foley, the one and only, the TOS lover, and myself, Commander Cockings. Hello everybody. There you go. That one's for free,
Thank you.
Stuart.
Thank you. That's why you're a good first officer. You make up for my deficiencies. So, anyway, so it's been recently shown that the new season 2 Discovery uniforms.
Yeah, a teaser came out.
Yes.
And they carefully teased things. Because we loved the teaser last year. And we loved the trailer last year, actually. I think we loved the trailer last year. I remember we did a whole hour on that. It was great. And they threw a uniform in. And the internet's been a buzz. And as a TOS fan, you are Stuart. What do you think of this first picture? The back of a TOS, probably characters, persons. Oh, and there's a blue as well. I never noticed it before. And there's a blue guy. I saw that until now.
It's probably Spock and Pike right there. I bet you any money.
Yeah.
But anyway, what do I think?
Yeah.
I was excited to see the correct colors. Is this going to bleed over into the Discovery uniforms right away, or do you think this is just the Enterprise crew for the first little bit? That's where my confusion is going to come in. But anyway, sorry, I'm jumping off the rails a little bit. I love it. Like I said, I like seeing the proper colors, and there's lots to talk about. So,
Yes.
what are your thoughts?
It's one of those weird things that I said this before, I think we're all Stockholm syndromed now.
Yes.
We've all had to accept the incorrectness of it. And unfortunately, every time they throw us a bone, in any small way, we're going to lap it up and give them a congratulations. But the fact is, you're in the TOS timeline-ish. We know what the uniforms look like in that timeline. They also mention them in the books as being different. So that was a canon book, apparently, they said. And so they should look a certain way. And so this doesn't look like that. So they've technically made a mistake. Like, they've technically done it badly. But at least they're doing it better than the Discovery uniform, which in itself was if they'd said one time, we're still wearing 35-year-old uniforms, you know what I mean? They could have easily made that easy to work with.
Or because this is an experimental ship with experimental technology, we've got a specialist crew. That would work.
Yeah, or even just mention it in the episode. Oh, you're still wearing these uniforms? Oh, the rollout hasn't reached you yet? But whatever. Expectations and all that. So it's really good to see this sort of stuff because this is what we needed to see. And they look great on camera, and not even the real camera, behind-the-scenes camera. Although, obviously, we did see them in Beyond and all the JJ films. The JJ original films were a lot more but the Beyond one was a lot smarter, a lot more crisp. Got rid of the deltas a bit more. It looked a lot more formal, and this obviously looks a lot closer to that, which makes sense because it's the latest thing that the general audience knows about Star Trek is that film. So, and that proved to have worked. So those more matte colours, or I don't know, like it reflects light differently to the TOS one. And it feels, it's different colours, different shades. But I mean, I like it. Yeah, it's a well updated modern version of a classic.
Yeah, and I do like it from what I've seen. I'm impressed.
From the 3 pictures we've seen.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They do even retain the braiding on the arm for the command.
Next picture, number 2. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, you say retain. That's the canon. So obviously.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, yes, if they didn't do it, they'd be doing something wrong. Which is the problem with this whole thing a bit. Is like sort of whatever. Yeah. But yeah, this uniform is one of those. And if we, can we skip to picture 4 for a sec?
Absolutely.
The women's uniform concept. It's like that looks about right, and it's great to see.
Yep. I do like all these concepts for the female uniforms. I mean, I love the fact that they're bringing the skirts back because that's what was TOS. So I like it. It looks good. It still looks formal. It still looks professional. I don't see a problem with it. Either one, the black skirt or the full dress works for me. I prefer the full dress personally. But I mean, a lot of people have been drawing comparisons between these new uniforms and Beyond, and I can see that 100%. The Beyond uniforms do have a little bit more of a raised collar. This one is more of the black, like we see in TOS.
It's
at least based on
25% different because they mandated it.
that was a creative decision, apparently.
As was this.
But that's another discussion for another day. But yeah, so I mean, I can see where people are drawing the comparisons with Beyond, but at the same time, I think these are a little more true to the TOS vibe than the Beyond ones were, just because the collar isn't the raised stiff collar. Well, we haven't really seen the collars, to be fair, but
it is. I do think the color, not collar, the color is very Beyond though. And the JJ style is the wrong sort of red. It's a much more sort of like black and sort of. It's a more, it's workman black. It's not the bright primary color. You know, it's a more darker tone. I guess it lights better as well. But yeah, certainly the full skirt works better. It looks much more authentic. Although this one is easy to see quote. Although I think all four of them could be variations. I mean, why not? Some women will want to wear a skirt, some would dress. I mean, why not? Or trousers. I mean, who? I think Uhura wore trousers once. I think that was a thing, like once.
I don't remember that. Maybe out of uniform.
No, it was in uniform.
Off duty.
Yeah,
really.
I think it was once. Anyway, no. What this full concept thing says to me is that really it's just it's TOS plus the Discovery side bits. To give more detail, they've added lines, and if you go back to the on the sewing pattern machine, you can see like the shoulder pads, sort of the where those lines are. It's got other little lines. I mean, it's a simple jacket, but they've added details to it to make it look more on camera, which is fair enough. And you can sort of see. Sorry, Stuart. But you can sort of see the evolution of the Discovery, which is an X-ish style.
Yeah.
They've just made it single tone, single color, simplified it a bit, but kept that, and that's, I guess, their identifier. Which is again better and worse. Obviously, it's not the canon, but they're in their own canon. It's their own visual reboot, so they do.
Oh yeah, it fits in perfectly fine with their visual reboot. I mean, I think it's great. It's a great reimagining. So
I think though it proves that this is more what they should have gone with. Although we know they had full concepts and full created uniforms for season 1, they threw out before filming. So I wonder, are these possibly even concepts from those? I mean, it seems how do you reconcept the same uniform when you already concepted and made them originally and then you threw them away? And again, there's not much to do. It's just a red jacket, a red skirt. Like there's not. It's a very simple thing. I'm guessing it really is just the way the collar is and the way the lines are. That's really just a differentiation. But it does make me appreciate, I think, that imagine if they'd actually gone the full colour scheme from season 1. That really would have, really brought something special to the show, I think. Would have instantly made it feel more like Star Trek. Obviously, it had its own identity by being what they went for. But I think this would have really, helped it fit in, I think.
Well, and I think they're doing that. They're fixing the mistakes from season 1 because they were under the original directive, right? Which was Brian Fuller's kind of changed vision a little bit, and I think they needed to complete season 1 the way they did, and now season 2 is this is how it probably should have been.
Although if you recall, the uniforms weren't Brian, they were the other production team, so remember they swapped those at the 12th hour, so that was actually them.
That's right, Brian. Yeah.
Brian had Cage uniforms mostly.
But I think that was probably a cost thing. They already had the new uniform. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's good. I mean, we had to see this for the TOS Enterprise. It would have been ridiculous any other way. Yes, I think this is definitely Pike. I mean, it's got to be Pike. I mean, the safest way of doing the Enterprise is they beam aboard. They're like, "Wow, you've gone the old scheme, eh? Cool. I respect that retro. Hey, it works." And they walk on and they talk, and then don't go on the Enterprise. It's not worth it, guys. You're gonna get it wrong, unfortunately. So it's not worth it. But these uniforms look good, and have Spock. I mean, that's a good payoff. I think we said Spock might be like captain of the ship, or even Pike could be captain of the ship. I mean, that would be fine. Take over for a mission, that'd be all good. And I mean, you mentioned swapping uniforms. I think that would be a nice payoff. End of season 2. Maybe if Burnham ever gets command of the ship, or Saru, I remember their names, it's been a while now, that would be like a nice, season 1 is the prequel season like Enterprise was, of much more vanilla with worse everything season 1, and then it starts getting more and more. So I could see that being the evolution, but I'd put them in TOS uniforms would look snazzy, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they progress with this. I mean, if you look on that picture of the concept, it does
Hmm.
say version 4.
Hmm.
So that could be misleading as well. They could have gone with something totally different than that.
Well, we do see
But
production uniforms in the stills, and I think they've added more like like lined pieces than the other one. Now,
mm,
people online were specifically calling out the com badge as being a thing. If you go to the third picture,
hmm
well, I guess this is more Discovery, more Beyond, because in TOS it was just fabric stitched on, wasn't it? It was a patch. It was a. This is obviously a physical silver. Yeah, that was a gold, wasn't it? It was a gold. Yeah, it was a gold
yeah,
patch.
yeah, it was gold, like thread almost,
Hmm.
gold embroidery. So
So obviously this is non. It's so weird to talk about canon now because the show throws visual canon against like, you know what I mean. It's so and you can't see my face right now, behind the scenes guys, but it's like they're throwing that out of the window. So it's like, well, yeah, this isn't the com badge that the TOS Enterprise has at the time. We know it's not,
mhm.
but now it is. It's so confusing, you know. Um,
It
yeah,
is. It is. Overall, though, I guess my final thoughts on the matter are that I really like the way these look so far. I
the
mean, we haven't seen
teased,
much of them.
yeah, the
Yeah,
teasing of it,
yeah. The teasing that they do is pretty spot on as far as
yeah.
whetting our appetites. Want to see more.
Hmm.
So, I'm on board with it. Hopefully, it's done right, and we know it's not the same visual continuity, which is fine. I mean, the Enterprise is rebooted, so I don't have a problem with rebooting visually everything, as long as it kind of holds true to the original vision at least. Um, but it doesn't have to be exact. So there you go.
Yeah, it's difficult, you know. It's difficult because this is what should be happening. So I'm obviously happy that they are, um, but it is a visual reboot and is doing its own thing. And I was thinking this the whole time. If they'd done this, like the Enterprise, like the phaser, like the communicator, like this
Mm,
uniform, those four things, as we know, John Eves was told to change 5%. The directive of why we won't get into. But if every prop or phaser or costume or set had to be 25% different for creative reasons, updated 25%, the bridge was 25% different, the tech was, that would have been acceptable. That would have been interesting rather than let's do something completely different. So this uniform is 25% different and it works. The phaser is a bit more than that. Well, to be fair, it could even be maybe like 30%. But you know what I mean? It's
mm,
maybe, and I really hope I've said this. I give them a lot. Discovery has lost the benefit of the doubt because they've proven they can't do a faithful telling. But with a new direction, hopefully season 2, we can see them, as you said, fix the quote unquote mistakes and build upon that the good faith that there's a potential,
mhm, mhm.
when they can write a whole season in advance and make those cogs fit perfectly rather than shoehorn. So I'm really eager to say where they're going to take it and if they then start pushing things in the right direction,
Yeah.
because then season 1 might just be the weird anomaly of really just a behind the scenes cluster F. That's why it was what it was, and general people enjoyed it because it was okay. Fans didn't as much. I'm generalizing obviously, but
Yeah.
it'd be great to see the show every season like Enterprise progress in something that we really want to see. I think this could be a good step, and hopefully these costumes, which are a pretty faithful, visual reboot updation, if that follows through and if that's the sign to come, then I'm even more excited. I was really happy to see the concept, especially. It's like, well, that looks about right. So yeah,
Yeah.
good job. But again, this is what you should be doing. So you get credit for copying the original. Oh wait, it's weird, isn't it? It's like
It is.
you
It
get
is.
credit for doing what you should be doing, but you still get credit for that because you could have been stubborn and not, as unfortunately you've proven to be before. So the generic team I mentioned is the team, so you get credit, but keep on this path. There you go. That's my last
That's right. So, guys, we want to hear your thoughts, of course, on these costumes. What do you
Yes.
think? Put it in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification icon so you get notified every time we upload, because we got some cool stuff coming.
Lots and lots, and all the time, lots more. If you want to support this channel, help us out on Patreon, the monthly donation service, a little bit each and every month makes actually a huge difference, or just a one-time donation at Trekyards.com. Also, very, very important to help this channel, this show, and every show we do to keep going and going and going and going. And then when Discovery Season 2 comes around, do the 7 days a week content again. Because we want to.
Reviews. Yes.
They were fun, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Excited to do them again.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, until next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.